So all the devices that we have around us connect either to a Wi-Fi network or just directly to the internet and require some sort of configuration in order to do so. For example, if I wanted to connect my phone to my Wi-Fi network, usually I have to implement or put in a passcode before I can access the internet or my Wi-Fi network. And so what does this have to do with cybersecurity? Well, in this video, I will tell you. Hi everyone, my name is John and I am your crypto security advisor. And today I want to do just a brief overview on what network security is and how you can take 2 or 3 easy steps in order to protect yourself from getting hacked. So I am going to share my screen here, and you might want to zoom in as we go along here, but I will do my best to explain as we go along. So as we can see here, and I'll actually screen share it and plus my webcam. As you can see here, this is pretty much a standard home network. So I will explain in layman's terms what's happening. So from left to right, on the left, we have a little cloud. So that is called the internet. From the internet, you have your ISP or internet service provider router or modem. And don't worry about the addresses here. Know that this is your internet connection to your ISP. Now from there, this is where you typically have your Wi-Fi network. You plug in directly your computers or your printer directly to this ISP router or modem, and that's where you get your internet or network connectivity. However, we also have our mobile devices. And so very simply, we have Wi-Fi networks and we connect to the Wi-Fi that this router or modem is broadcasting. Now, this is a very standard basic network that pretty much every single home in the world follows. Now, oftentimes the basics are not good enough, especially when it comes to securing our crypto. And so one of the basic steps, let's say, for example, we're just going to do some basic concepts here. And forgive me for not using proper illustration tools here. So, for example, what would happen if we wanted to isolate a device or isolate a network? Because this is all on one network. Wouldn't it be better to have 2 networks instead of 1? Well, let's say, for example, we wanted more important devices on one network and have the rest on the other network. So we have 2 separate networks. What would actually happen? Well, with 2 networks, we'd have 2 different passcodes to access each network. Seems good, right? Now, what if I wanted this computer to talk to this computer? That's okay because they're within the same network. However, what if I wanted this computer to not access this computer? Well, having a separate network or having the devices on 2 separate networks would work. Now, let's get a bit more complicated. Let's say if I wanted to have both computers access the network printer. Now there's going to be a little bit of configuration because now there has to be some sort of tunnel that accesses between the 2 devices or the 2 networks. Okay, let's back up a bit. Let's say we push the concept a little further. What if we wanted every single device on its own network? So we have that one, and we have this one over here, and I'm going to do a little bit of copy paste to make sure. Let's try this. We'll just do it manually because that's how we do it in order to get the job done. Let's say every single device is on its own separate network. What's going to happen then? Well, first off, we've made things a lot more complicated, which means there's going to be a lot more effort needed to make sure that the proper connections are in place. So for example, what if I wanted every single device to access the network printer? Well, since we're on separate networks, we would have to make sure that every single network can connect to the network printer. Now that's a lot of work. However, there's a lot of benefits in doing this. So for example, whatever happens on this computer and on this network stays within that network. What happens if this computer has malware? What if the user of this computer accidentally clicks a phishing link and downloads malware? Well, now this computer is affected and everything on the network would inevitably be infected as well. Now, since there's only one computer on the network, guess what? We have now isolated that incident. What happens if the mobile device, let's say, gets stolen? And now we have, let's say, all of our data on that mobile device is stolen. Well, we're talking about a home network here, so it wouldn't really matter too much. But let's say, for example, the mobile network also connected directly, let's say through a virtual private network, to our home network. Well, guess what? Since it's situated within its own network, only this device is affected and none of these devices are affected. So we want to implement what's called network segmentation, and that's what that is. Now, on your regular home router or home modem delivered by your internet service provider, or the ones that you get from, let's say, Amazon or Walmart, for example, they come with default configurations. And the default configuration is everything is on one network. However, what people don't know is this can be situated into two separate networks, a home network and a guest network. Now, what you can do is put your guest accounts or your guest users, or even go as far as peripheral devices, such as network printers and such, can be on that one network. So let's just extend this like so. And so let's just say this is one whole network. So let's say that's the guest network, and then this is the home network. And let's say you get some sort of malware or malicious software on your mobile device. Well, guess what? Unfortunately, now your laptop might be infected because it's on the same network, and your printer might be as well. However, your personal computers over here are unaffected. And so this is what I mean by layers of cybersecurity. We have a cybersecurity onion, and there are many layers. And the more layers we have, the more protected we are. So that is one example of network security that we can follow. Similarly, what we can do is, let's say we have a dedicated PC related to crypto. We have this PC. Let's call this the crypto PC. Now, what happens if, let's say, someone in your house or you goes to your personal computer and, oh no, I infected it with malware, and it spreads to the rest of these devices? Well, guess what? Your crypto PC is fine because it's on a separate network. And this is why it's so important to make sure that we are separating things. We're separating our crypto portfolios, our crypto wallets, our crypto computers from the rest of our activities, our personal user devices. Because once we start mixing personal user devices and our daily browsing habits with cryptocurrency, it is very easy to slip up, and that one slip up can actually cost you more than you think. So that is one example of how we can set up our network to be a little bit more secure as we go along. And I hope this was helpful. I would actually recommend you Google what network segmentation is and how you can set up your home network in the way that I situated in this video. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys take care. See you in the next one. Bye.